Good morning, ladies. So this is the first installment of Basic Mini Album 101. I'm going to try and keep these to 5 to 7 minutes so that you don't get lost in the construction. And I'm going to show you page by page. So it's not going to be the whole mini album. It's going to be the pages with the flip outs and how you're wondering how I do them. I don't want to show you the album because I know you came for the instructions. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be your basic pocket page. And it has one end that's going to go into your binding. Then, of course, one end that will be for your tag. Then there's going to be a flip on it. So that, I know some of you asked, how do you do that? And also I want to emphasize, when you are making these, you can make them any size you want. You can make this 8x6 that I've done. You can do 5x5. You can do 4x4. You just need to cut appropriately. When making your flap, that's where you're going to add an extra ½ inch, and I'll show you how that's done. So let's take our first paper. We're going to cut it because I'm going to do an 8x6. So again, you're going to want that pocket, and you're going to want to be able to put it to your hinge, so, or your binding, whichever one you're using. So you're going to cut it at 9. You're going to want ½ inch on each end to make that pocket. And then I want it to be 6 inches wide. So I've made my sheet 9 inches long by 6 inches wide. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm learning how to use this webcam, and so I might be off a few times, and I'll try and keep in frame. Then you're going to take your scoreboard. You're going to want to score 1/2 inch on each end. So you're going to go 8.5. I turned mine for convenience, and I scored again at 8.5. Put your scoreboard aside. You won't need that, but you do need your other piece of paper because, like I said, that one's going to be 8 inches by 6 inches. So now we're going to cut the top piece, the 8 inches by the 6 inches. I keep these little pieces. They make great pockets. They make great belly bands. Anything else you can think of, trust me, you will use them. So now we've got our 2 score lines. We have a ½ inch on each end. You're going to fold that up. Fold the next one up. Excuse me. And then I use my score tape. And these are ½ inches. So I use the 3/8 of an inch. Love the 3/8. Fits in there nice, doesn't hang over the edges. And if you're wondering where to get the 3/8 or any score tape, I sell it. So just look me up at Country Craft Creations on Facebook or Mini Album Swaps and More, and I sell it to you wholesale prices, ladies. Okay, you're going to want then to take your bone folder. Your bone folder has a sharp side, a flat side. Do not use your sharp side. If you go like this, you're probably going to tear the paper eventually. It will stress it. So use your flat side. If you have a Cricut, you have this wonderful little tool. Perfect little tool for taking off your score tape paper. So I just remove that. Then your cover. Remember we talked about our cover. It's going to be 8x6. So this is the side without the tape. See how nice and perfect it's going to fit? The secret is getting your own technique on how to get it straight. I do have issues with getting these on straight. So if it's not perfect straight for the video, I apologize. But it will give you the idea. Then you take the other end. There's a little secret here. You might think that you're going to have a bulky page, or maybe see how it's not quite laying flat. It will lay flat. Just kind of ease it in. You get in frame, ease it in over here. And again, with the more rounded, not your sharp edge, just crease it down. And if you have to work it, kind of, see, work your paper so it lays nice and flat. So now you have your basic page construction to where the pocket goes in. You have the pocket page for your mats, and then you have a binding side. Now you're saying, but I want to have a flap. You want to have a flap on your album similar to one that I did in the soccer page, maybe, to where you open it Let me get over to it. This was the soccer one I did for my granddaughter. And you want to be able to open it and expose more places for pictures. Nice thing, I'm going to show you. You make your flap, you can cut it. It can be half page, it can be a full page if you like. This one, I wanted a little bit of the soccer ball showing. So again, you'll just kind of go by the paper that you are using. So let's make our flap. We know that this page is 8 by 6. And I'm going to, for the video, just make a full size flap. So we know our page is 6 inches wide. I like to have 1 inch for my flaps. That way, I mean for where I'm going to crease it. That way my tape covers it well and my paper covers it well. So our pages are 8 by 6. So you are going to cut your paper 8 inches long by 7 inches wide. And again, let's bring out our scoreboard. So you're going to put it on your 7-inch side. Make sure I did this right. Yeah. You know, it's 8 inches long. See, I got myself mixed up. And I do this. This is what happens when you're an adult with ADD. So put it on your 7-inch side. And then you want to go 1 inch. Crease it 1 inch. And again, let's fold it. Now, let me put it up close. You're going to see there's kind of a raised edge. You've got valleys and you have mountains. The best way that I like to fold is with the raised on the inside. Kind of protects it. I think it does give it a little more strength. And once again, let's put it down. And the 3/8 of an inch score tape. And I apologize, you might hear my granddaughter screaming for me. If she comes down, she's looking for me. They always do when mom or grandma's gone. Then go ahead and just flatten your score tape. Remove it. Again, I use my 3/8. You don't have to use 3/8. You can put 1/4, 1/4. Just make sure you have one on this edge and one on this edge so that it is secure. Take your page. Now this is going to go for the video on the binding side. You can put it on the binding side or you can put it on your pocket side. You can put it wherever you want. So just line up. Get it nice and straight. And there you have your pocket page. I mean your flap, your pocket, and then you have a flap. Now, some of you, if you're using magnets, I'm going to go into the next video on where to put your magnets, how to use your magnets. Now again, if you want this, let me show you. You're looking at this and you're wanting to have paper in the back show. Just open it. Decide how much you want cut off. Cut it off. Now you've got half. So when you have your decorative paper back there, it will show through. And then you have a nice little place to put maybe another pocket. You can put a little belly band. You can close it. Now, you can take your punch. You can decorate your edges. You can use any one that you want. You can even go all the way around it if you really want to get decorative. I'm going to use the corner punch. And then you have your nice flap. Looks nice and clean, professionally done. And then everybody will be just like thrilled with this album because you made that flap. It just changes the whole outlook of the album. Now, in other videos I'm going to show you, I've actually used my Cricut to make my flaps. Easy, easy, easy. You just put the measurements of your cover of your page, so it'd be 8 by 6, but I'd actually do it again, the 8 by 9, and then I would have the Cricut cut this out so that you would get a really decorative edge like I did on my Halloween album. Well, I'll be back with the next video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.